Hey guys, what's up? MadSeason here, back with another video for you. I got something pretty interesting to share with you today, I think. With Classic drawing closer and closer, something that's becoming more and more relevant is nostalgia. And having quite the library of videos about Classic, as you would imagine, I practically live in it, as do a lot of my subscribers, I'm sure. So today, I want to talk about it, not just in the context of World of Warcraft, but just gaming in general. On a lot of these communities, forums, and in my videos, there seems to be two sides to this debate. First, we have those who love nostalgia. It brings them pleasure to play, participate in, or discuss nostalgic elements of their favorite games. And the other side is, you only thought that game was good because of nostalgia. Thus, your judgment is clouded. Looking back, it had many flaws, and if it were released today, it would fail. Notice that I'm speaking very generally here, not talking just World of Warcraft, but it brings up an interesting question. Should nostalgia be considered as a factor to someone's judgment or grade of a video game? It's always perplexed me because it's such a strange case for World of Warcraft in particular. Other classic games such as the Ocarina of Time, Punch-Out, Mario, The Elder Scrolls 3, or Final Fantasy 7, these are just a few examples of games that many rank among the best of all time. Who doesn't love picking up a Super Nintendo controller and once more jumping into the world of Final Fantasy 3, or stomping some Koopas in Super Mario World, or blasting some aliens in Contra 3? It's like a time portal to when you were a kid, sneaking into the living room while your parents were asleep to load up your favorite game and see what happens next. Particularly for RPGs, it was like you were in a month-long movie, and it was your only care in the world. It takes you back to a time where the most important thing in your life was when Final Fantasy VIII was being released, or figuring out how to beat Mike Tyson in Punch-Out. With these games, nobody bats an eye in bringing up nostalgic memories from days long past. They still hold up in their own right. They're legends of the gaming industry. But with anything in life, time passes and standards change. A lot of these games do have dated features or graphics that would never pass today. They'd get torn apart. What the heck? You need a special memory card to save your game? Are you kidding me? Way to go, EA. This game only has 32 levels? And look, you can finish it in under 5 minutes. Who would pay $60 for this? Let me guess, there's DLC coming, right? Hey, why does my character look like a ghetto Popeye the Sailor Man? It must be hard to wipe your ass when your hands are fingerless blocks. All of this is given a pass for two reasons. First is, during the time, graphics such as this, believe it or not, were a cut above the rest. Like I said, games evolve, and you rank them within the realm of when they were released. But this isn't the sole reason. If you judge something as good or bad solely in regards to when it was released, why are these primarily only played by those who played them in the past? How many 15-year-olds today have picked up Final Fantasy VII over Fortnite, or A Link to the Past over Breath of the Wild? Don't they know that these games were amazing back in my day? Why aren't they playing them? Well, it's because they don't have their own personal memories and story tied to them like I do. To them, it's an old game, and to me, it's a part of my childhood. So, this leaves us with nostalgia. Who's gonna bash Mario Brothers on the NES? Are you kidding me? That's like sacrilege at this point. Or saying that the Ocarina of Time had bad controls because you had to use, this. Okay, is this a controller or a sex toy? If you ask people who played these games way back when just why they like them so much, 99% of the time they'll say that, well, it's because I played it as a kid or when I was young, and it's because of this nostalgia is a big reason why a lot of us still dust off for old SNES or PlayStation controllers and select new game. Which brings me to World of Warcraft. In its case, nostalgia is not only discredited by many, but often even demonized. You know what? I like how there were no flying mounts. It made the world seem so massive. Oh yeah, I bet you really enjoyed walking for an hour to get to Ironforge. Don't let that nostalgia fool you, buddy. I think totems were much more diverse and in-depth back in the day. It gave shamans a unique element. Oh, you mean the 4 good totems and the 12 garbage ones that no one used? Nice rose-colored glasses there. Even Blizzard themselves took part in this debate with their infamous "you think you do, but you don't" quote at BlizzCon 2013.
And by the way, you don't want to do that either. You think you do, but you don't. Remember when you had to like spam cities and say need a tank, need a tank, need a tank during the Burning Crusade days? You don't remember that because now you just push a button that says go to the dungeon. You don't want to do that.
That's right. Even the creator of the game themselves said that players are just nostalgic, and therefore their judgment of what they enjoy is clouded and are to be disregarded. Which begs the question, why? What is it about World of Warcraft that the word nostalgia has a secret negative connotation? What's the difference between this game and all of the others that I mentioned? It's something I've been thinking about for years, and the answer that makes the most sense to me is the fact that it's an MMO. The other games that I mentioned, the Ocarina of Time, Final Fantasy VII, and so on, at the end of the day, they're their own separate entities. These games now are as they were when they were released. Of course, with MMOs, we have a different case here. Either through content patches or expansions, they change so much so quickly, and World of Warcraft in particular today is so different from its classic state. Let's say that you played just the Burning Crusade expansion and you quit at Wrath. You want to return to that old MMO that you used to spend hours on, but resubscribing, you find that everything's changed. There are all these new classes, weird panda creatures running about, and Shattrath is empty. I think because World of Warcraft is still technically one game, people feel the need to defend its current state against all past versions. If someone expresses their love for certain aspects of the game long removed, the current player feels that it's an attack on the current game. And sometimes it is. It depends on the person, and this video isn't saying that you shouldn't defend what you like no matter what side you're on, but oftentimes it's those situations I talked about earlier. Someone just lamenting about the cool things they liked that were removed long ago, and they're immediately attacked and told how their opinion doesn't matter because they're just nostalgic. So this negative environment starts to form where it's not World of Warcraft players together, but rather the current versus classic crowd. Everyone wants to be the winner and convince themselves and others that only their opinion matters, and with official classic on the horizon, I'm sure it'll get much worse, which is unfortunate. So, to all of this, I say enjoy that nostalgia. Don't let others decide what you like and don't like. I always find it strange how others are so bent on convincing you that you're wrong for enjoying something. That guy liked hunter ammo? Well, I don't like hunter ammo, so he must be wrong. Let me type out 8 paragraphs about how it's just that pesky darn nostalgia clouding his judgment. He must know. This is the pivotal difference that I'm trying to point out here. The Ocarina of Time, Final Fantasy VII, Punch-Out, and so on were great games for their time. World of Warcraft was a great game for its time. Nostalgia is often cited and even encouraged for why the former games are great, and nostalgia is demonized for the latter, and people are discredited. One of my favorite dishes is hamburger pie. My mom made this weird hybrid that was essentially just hamburger, green beans, potatoes, and tomato sauce, and some spices and whatnot. And when I tell people this, oftentimes they say, "Ugh, how could you like that?" It must just be because you ate it as a kid. Like that somehow completely invalidates why you like something. I make the dish today, and with that specific recipe and aroma and flavor, it takes me back to my old dinner table telling my mom and dad how my day was at school. And that to me is worth 1,000 times more of what anyone says. Nostalgia holds value, and in the realm of gaming, I think it even transcends most other aspects. It holds a deeper and more personal connection that only you can understand. A comment I get a lot on my channel all the time is that my videos are very nostalgic, sometimes in a positive light, but other times meant to disparage and discredit, and it's something I'm proud of. If my videos serve as vessels to bring out that wonderful feeling for people, that alone makes them worth the effort. It's more constructive than needlessly shitting on people for no real reason at the end of the day. So, all this being said, like what you like. If you want to fire up A Link to the Past, go ahead. Or maybe The Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind is the best RPG ever made, more power to you. And if you enjoy World of Warcraft in its classic state, its Burning Crusade state, Wrath, Cataclysm, whatever, either through its gameplay, community, nostalgia, or otherwise, have a blast because life is too short to let others decide what you like and don't like. Sometimes the reasons why you like something don't need to make sense. Just appreciate that you have something that brings out those memories and warm feelings of nostalgia. And today, create some more moments that 10 years from now you'll look back to fondly and think of the good old days, whether it be from gaming or otherwise. It's not living in the past, it's acknowledging and appreciating important moments in your life that shaped who you are today and who you'll be in the future.
Farewell for now, mortals. We hope you enjoyed today's video. See you again soon.